G'day folks, and thank you very much for joining me. If you are new, the usual stuff, like, subscribe, turn on those notifications. Today, what we're actually going to be doing is I'll be walking you through the basic process on how to build and do basic setups on a drift car. Now, I've chosen an 83 Volvo just because, well, it's something simple that isn't really going to be very drifty, but we're going to do some work to change that. Starting off, the noise. We definitely want to make sure that we get a nice solid noise out of this thing, because if we have to listen to it, we at least want it to be somewhat enjoyable. Okay, so we're going to go through, test out what the different engines sound like in their stock form. As you can sort of see here, they do make some interesting noises, but I've decided that, you know what, the stock one is the best one, at least without any other sort of auditory changes. So we'll go with the stock motor. Not to mention, we don't want to put in too much power because, like I said, we're just trying to get started with our drifting, and low power is a great way to learn how to drift, because if you can drift something with low power, you can drift something with loads of power. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to do here is actually go through some of the cosmetic and exterior mods. Now, as you can sort of see, I'm going to flick through everything, but for this car, nothing really jumped out at me to make it look or enhance the look on this car any better, so we're just going to keep it looking stock for now. Moving on. So here we're doing the handling, upgrading the brakes, changing the suspension. I choose race over drift because on some cars you can make it lower, and I do like a nice low car for drifting. Sway bars, take some weight out and put in the roll cage, which will save your life on the track and help you slide better in the game. Moving on to the wheels, a very important part of the car. Now, because this is going to be a low powered car, I'm going to go with stock tyres, just because it should have enough slide in it that I won't need the drift tyres, being that they are an incredibly slippery tyre, which in my previous videos you'll see. Although I do like to have a bit of a look at how the Driveline and the Horizon tyres go on there. I do have a bit of a thing with tyres that have letter writing on them. In any case, we're here to actually make this thing perform, so we're going to jump across to the next menu. So next up, we're going to make the front tyres wider, give us better handling. For now, I'm going to leave the rear tyres at standard width, but we are going to make the rims bigger front and rear, just because it looks better, and like all the women know, bigger is always better. So here, I'm widening the front track, give me more stability through the drift. I'm going to leave the rear end as is for now because, again, low power. So it's jumped straight into the rims. And there are plenty of wheels for you guys to go through and have a look at depending on the car you pick. You'll see in just a moment the wheels that I choose. Then it's just into running the driveline stuff. So you've got your diffs, gearboxes and what have you. While all that is going to save, I do upgrade the flywheel in the engines just to make it a bit lighter, change the engine, upgrade the cam so it revs harder because revs are important, as well as I'm going to go in and just make the car look a little bit nicer, which you're about to see right here. We've gone for pink because why not? Painted those wheels a nice white, so it does sort of stand out. I do like contrasting wheels to the body color. Give you a bit of a walk around on the car. I like this look. Whether it's for you or not, it's totally up to you. There are other designs that you can download from other players, and there are heaps. So believe me, you are not limited on how your car looks. And anyway, it's not just about how it looks, it's about how it performs. So let's get out on the road and actually test this thing. Alrighty, let's test how this thing goes. You can sort of see here, not too bad, except for crashing into a wall. Now, it's sort of lacking a little bit in power, but it definitely does do demos, which we all enjoy. In any case, in this moment, what I decided to do is just change the gear ratios a little bit, making them a bit shorter, bringing them closer together. Just means that I can keep those RPMs up nice and high and flick through those gears a little bit quicker. Just makes the car a little bit more driftable. The same thing can be said in real life. So if you're lacking power, get closer gears. So we're going with a 411 or 411 setup, which is pretty common in drifting and skidding. And as you can see here, it does make things a little bit more, call it user-friendly. In any case, after a bit of a shot of this, we're actually going to shoot straight across to the big drift pass and give that one a crack. In fact, let's do it right now. Okay, so I'm going to take a step back. We're going to do a bit of testing here, see how things go. Now, it doesn't go very well, which you'll see here. First corner, second corner. After that, I add in a little bit more power to try and make this car a bit more driftable. But I'll stay quiet now and show you guys what's happening here. Okay, so with a bit of a power upgrade, you'll see here that the initial test, definitely a massive improvement. So from there, I'm going to jump straight into the big drift run, and we'll call this attempt 2 or round 2 of me actually trying to drift the new drift car that I've built for you guys right here, right now. Alrighty, so as you can see there, things didn't quite go as planned. So I've decided to go back to the garage, give myself a little bit more power because, well, why not? Change the note just a little bit. And in doing that, I've decided as well that to sort of balance things out, I'm going to try and make the car a little more stable because clearly, as you can see, things aren't going very well and I keep turning this thing around. It's a bit of a balancing act. You want to make sure you get a good amount of slip along with the right amount of grip. Yes, funnily enough, drifting is largely about grip. So we're going to get back into it and see how we go this time around. But before I do, something I mentioned before about the race suspension being lower sometimes, I actually forgot to lower this thing all the way down. So hopefully just change the look a little bit, make it look a little bit nicer, but at the same time, hopefully get it to handle a little bit better. So now that we're going to get that, let's get back out there and see how we go.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
Okay, so you can already see that there's been a huge improvement already with the way this thing handles. So it looks like we found a fairly good balance here. So I'm just going to have a bit of a play, throw it around a bit, do a few tip-ins because, well, why not? Burnouts, drifting, it's all under the same umbrella. And then before I actually sign off from this video, I will actually go back to the big drift track and, well, give that one last crack. Okay, so clearly every time I think that I've got this thing starting to work the way I want it to, I really don't. So I'm clearly going to have to do a lot more work to get this thing to drift the way that the other cars that I use will drift. However, we are starting to get there, even though it looks like I'm still doing a totally terrible job, because I pretty much am. On that note, I'm going to sign off for today. So as always, make sure that you like, subscribe, turn on those notifications, share this one with your friends, leave comments below on how you think things are going. I can already imagine most people are going to say not very well. In any case, look after yourself, folks, and we'll see you guys again in the next video real soon.